So you want to know a little bit about Soulmask. You probably saw it on Steam's upcoming popular games or top sellers on the front page of Steam. However way you found out about Soulmask, you know it's a survival game and you're looking to scratch that itch. You've come to the right video. Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over a game called Soulmask, developed by Campfire Studio. Soulmask is a sandbox survival game mixed with elements of exploration, crafting, building a community of tribesmen, and much more I'll go over in this video. This will be my first impressions of the game while going over the basic mechanics and gameplay. Keep in mind this game is early access and just came out on May 31st of 2024. Alright, let's jump in. Character creation is one of my favorite things to do before jumping into a new world. I like seeing what the devs are able to put out in the beginning for the player when making a new character. Not too much customization for your character, but let's take a look. On the screen you have a few character faces, hairstyles, and hair color options. Pretty standard in a survival game nowadays, but again, this game is in early access. Just below that, you can change your skin tone, height, body size, and body fat using the adjust slider. I can zoom in on my character to see the fine details of the body. You can also choose male or female for your character. After making your character, it is time to create your first mask. This is refreshing to see in a survival game. I think other games have done this, but in a different fashion. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments if there's a similar mechanic to this in a different game. You have 3 masks to choose from, which are Civilization, Conquest, and Rich. With the mask highlighted just underneath the grayed out diamonds called nodes, each node must be repaired to get that effect. For example, a common overlocked, which is in every mask, increases mask upgrade speed by 50%. Only for Conquest, the node Falling Buffer reduced fall damage by 10%. Each mask has 7 different nodes, each with its own effect. Just by looking at each of these nodes, you can interpret that Civilization favors melee, Conquest for sneak attacks, and Rich for ranged attacks. You can also change the mask's color and pupil color if you'd like. Maybe we can get more variety in the future, who knows. At the start of the game, you'll spawn at a random location. Just like most survival games, you start with nothing. In this game, you have some food and a little light to help you navigate through the darkness. I recommend using the guidance in the top left hand corner as this is very helpful as what to do if you're lost or need an objective. You can hide the guidance tool by pressing F9 on the keyboard if you'd like. As you complete an objective, you'll gain experience as well as an option to open the tutorial and introductions to the game. At the very top, each tutorial is separated into categories like core gameplay and common operation. Each category has topics on the right hand side. Each topic gives a brief explanation, helping the player better understand the game. This can be overwhelming in my opinion, so I think it's best to play the game first and come back to the tutorials only when you need to. You can also turn tutorials off. Alright, let's do a brief explanation on fighting. You can use your fist to punch enemies or use a weapon such as a spear to do damage. Running, blocking, dodging, and attacking will consume stamina indicated by the green bar at the bottom. You can run away from enemies if you need to, and after a certain amount of distance, they will stop following you. All weapons have different heavy attacks. For example, the spear will do a rapid stabbing to the enemy. Additionally, you can sneak behind the enemy for more damage. Conducting a timed parry will allow the character to perform a finishing move. Doesn't always kill the enemy, just depending on the level of that enemy. A red sword will appear to conduct the killing blow. Your followers are also able to finish off the enemy as well, which is a nice touch to the game. Highlighting the enemy with your mask can provide intel on where the enemy is for a brief amount of time. Be wary of using the mask all the time as it has its own amount of energy before depleting. Don't worry, there are resources you can use to fill up the energy for your mask. As you slay enemies, you can open up their chests filled with treasures. Some items can restore your mask energy, like I explained. Knowing how much energy you have left is indicated by the mask at the bottom of the screen next to your HP. The Knowledge and Technology tab will give you access to new blueprints. You'll gain awareness strength each time you level up, providing you with some points to spend. To recruit your first villager, we must learn the Bonfire technology just under the name Dawn of the New Tribe. Like all blueprints, each one will let you know what it is required to build that specific item. The bonfire is important because it keeps nearby buildings from decaying. If you don't like that idea of buildings decaying over time, this can be turned off in the settings. The bonfire is also a place for people to relax or dance to the burning fires. Once you place a bonfire on a foundation, you'll get your first tribesman. Your new NPC will have their own inventory, can carry items for you, wield their own weapons and armor, and perform various tasks for your home. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. You can give your villager multiple tasks without having to constantly micromanage your NPCs, and this is what I like about Soulmask. As you can see, I've given her previous work that required her to collect resources. Other tribesmen have objectives that have been completed. You can assign work type for each type of crafting table. So for my vagabond, I gave her assignments to cover the potting table and the armor forging table anytime there's an item ready to be crafted. Be careful with trades, as I need to pick another person to man the potting table, as my current tribesman I have selected has a 50% reduction in proficiency with potting. The traits or personality my tribesmen have are important, as that will likely determine the quality of your newly crafted gear. Now that I have an assigned tribesman, I'm looking to build a rain collector. Side note, you can search for blueprints and materials both in the crafting table and in your inventory, even if you haven't researched that item yet. I select Add to Plan Queue. The game will tell you if there's an issue as to why the item can't be crafted in the top hand corner. Usually it's because your tribesmen are busy with other chores. As long as you have the resources, your tribesmen will walk to the chest, collect the resources, and bring them to the crafting table. You can also prioritize what you want done for each villager under the same option, Tribesman Work, by clicking and dragging each duty. Leveling up your character provides awareness strength, mask level, and character level. You can check your detailed stats such as attack, HP, and morale. Stats you can allocate are perception, physique, strength, endurance, and agility. Each stat provides a percentage bonus or a flat stat such as endurance. In your proficiency tab, this is where you're able to see how far you leveled up your expertise in all production, crafting, and combat skills. I do appreciate this, as I can see which proficiencies I need to focus on more. Each reward level you hit, you can select an effect. For example, at level 30, I can increase my logging speed by 5% or increase my logging output by 5%. I'm not sure at this time if it makes a significant change to gameplay though. In the Mastery tab, it will show all weapon types you have used in the game and how far you've gained experience with them. Each weapon will provide one special move. Your mask needs to be repaired, and we do that by obtaining green crystals. Using these crystals allow us to choose which node we want to follow and fix first, as long as you obtain the prerequisite of that effect. Meaning, if I want to obtain the energy unit, I must first use some crystals for combat instinct first. Some of them you can upgrade more than once, like the memory unit logging. I currently have a 50% proficiency growth rate, and I can further upgrade it 2 more times. You're going to be looking at your inventory a lot, and I find using the sort by item type is beneficial to quickly get the item you need. Sometimes looking for an item without any filters can be tedious. Maybe because I'm a new player, but I tend to forget the difference between what fiber and vine looks like solely based on the picture. Your shortcut items are where you can quickly interact while exploring. You can also equip your basic chest, glove, and shoes gear. While crafting an item from your inventory, you can still move the character. The character is capable of having 3 separate items in the queue. They can also be dragged up or down, prioritizing what you want done first. I'm glad the devs gave us a lot of slots for our inventory, but it can be filled up quickly if you don't manage your items. I recommend building lots of chests, setting restrictions on them. For example, keeping your food with other food and raw material with other raw material. Your first tribesman is pretty much given for free. In Soulmask, we need to recruit more tribesmen, and we do that by Deterrence. We use our mask to manipulate the enemy and turn them into an ally. I believe you have to get the enemy health below 20% before trying to convert them. Make sure to have mask energy to deter, bandages to heal your potential ally, and liquid soups to recruit your new tribesmen. You can only use liquid foods, such as broth, to begin the process. Once recognition reaches over 500, you can now order your tribesmen to do your bidding. Taking a quick look at the map, it's pretty massive and I haven't done a whole lot of exploring. At the very top, you can turn on or off markers. Your character is marked as a green triangle and your allies are marked by an orange-yellow circle. There are mystery and ancient ruins you can check out that will have different enemies, both human and animal. Finding chests in these areas have the potential to give you resources to upgrade your mask. You can also create custom markers both at your cursor and where your character is located. Keep in mind, Soulmask makes you work to uncover the fog. That's by finding scouts in certain tribes. You must find these scouts because they have intel on that certain part of the area. Similar to Deterrence, you have to bring their HP down below 20% before gaining information for that area. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so, as I plan on uploading every week. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.